Well, hello, Roz. How you doing? All right. Thank you all for coming. Okay, how you doing, Lucinda? So today we're going to be talking about sundown towns. Okay. I don't know if any of you are familiar with sociologist James Lowen. It's his book. Anyone familiar with this? Type in the comments section. How you doing, partner? Chef Finest Wine is in the house. Show him some love. How you doing, Battle? All right. So I've had this book for a while. Obviously, haven't had a lot of time to read it. It's a pretty thorough book. Again, this sociologist did extensive research, and I wanted to share some of his findings. Now, this is a topic that I could actually talk about forever. Okay, it's that documented so far as research that he actually conducted. Some others behind him also conducted some research. So hopefully this will be eye-opening for you. I mentioned a topic, I hit a few bullet points, and then the best thing for you to do is to look up under the video, under the description box, and for utilized videos and as for additional resources. Thank you, Chef. You will see, please, if you have time, I can't adequately cover some of these topics that we're talking about. All right. So, and I don't want to take all of your time, but take some time to look at some of the links that I'm sharing with you. So anyway, sundown towns is a phenomena. And again, those of you who were here when we talked about the Green Book, when we talked about the Great Migration, you're going to hear some synonymous terminology. Okay. So sundown towns, also known as sunset towns, gray towns, sundowner towns. How you doing, Tina? And so these towns, and again, everyone thought that, the North, was the promised land. Most of these towns happen up north, Midwest. Okay. Hey, people are always saying things about the South had Jim Crow and it was so segregated. It was no better in the North, folks. And that's what I try to, I want people to understand. There were all white, let me give you a little definition, all white municipalities, neighborhoods, towns in the U.S. that practice a form of racial segregation. And this is where the sundown towns terminology comes into focus. So what it was, they excluded not only African Americans, but this included Mexicans, Indians, Asians. So they just wanted the towns to remain all white. And some to this day are still remain colorless, no people of color of any race. So it excluded non-whites. Jews were included in this bunch. They had a combination of discriminatory, local laws, intimidation, violence. If you've been here, we've talked about some of these instances of violences. We talked about various race riots that occurred. So if you haven't had a moment or time, check those out, and it's all going to tie into what we're talking about today. But the term came from signs posted. They had actual signs posted, folks. So this isn't make believe. So this sociologist, if you get the opportunity, he passed away this past year. Sundown Town, he did extensive research. He was shocked. Because you know how you hear old wives' tales or old stories, folklore, and you're like, that didn't really happen. He didn't believe it either until he conducted his research, and he was like, oh my goodness. So they actually had signs posted. Colored people had to leave town by sundown. All right, so there were no exceptions. This practice was not restricted to southern states. Well, pretty much with Jim Crow, you knew your place, and you knew not to go here, not to go there. Up north, it wasn't, you didn't really hear the term Jim Crow, but it's the same thing, okay? It's this word semantics, basically, okay? Following the end of the Reconstruction era, thousands of cities and towns, okay, so once the slaves were free, they're like, oh my goodness, they have freedom to do anything. So that's when Jim Crow laws popped up. All right. So after Reconstruction, thousands of towns across the U.S. became sundown towns as part of the imposition of the Jim Crow laws and other segregationist practices. How you doing, Rhonda? They had exclusionary covenants, and folks, some of this stuff still goes on today, all right, unfortunately. Used to exclude certain classes based on race, religion, ethnicity. And there's some court cases that, if you want to know a little bit more about this, check out some of these court cases. Shelley versus Kraemer, 1948. Buchanan versus Worley, Corrigan versus Buckley. So there are a lot of court cases with a lot of info about this topic, okay? Think of all the large northern cities. How you doing, Donna? Chicago, Baltimore, Detroit, Milwaukee, Los Angeles, Seattle, St. Louis. People don't think of those cities in terms of, having a horrible past as it relates to race relations, but go back and do your research. OMG. And we're all busy. Most of us, those of us that aren't retired, we're working. So it is what it is. Just whenever you have time, try to, check out some of this info. Okay. Jews, Latinos, Indians, Asians, again, depending on which part of the country that you were in, you would see some of these signs. In 1844, Oregon, all right, had banned slavery. So just because some states had banned slavery, all right, that didn't mean that, they were welcoming to these newly freed peoples, American people. So even though Oregon had banned slavery, they also banned African Americans from moving into the territory. So that was something. Those who failed to leave could expect to receive lashings. How you doing, K Will? K Will's in the house. Everybody say hello to K Will. Those again, look up the Peter Burnett lash law. So if you didn't leave town before the sun set, all right, you could be lashed or killed. Okay, so there are a lot of things that, of course, we don't even know about. Now, since the, coming up to the civil rights movement of the 50s and 60s, we know 1968, they had the Fair Housing Act, prohibits racial discrimination in the sale, rental, financing of housing. I wanted to read a little excerpt from this. This is an excellent book. I haven't had time to read it all, but look, and what I'm sharing with you, I mean, you can look this up. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Anna, Indiana. Okay. Anna, listen to this. Excuse me, Anna, Illinois. And this is from the author, James Lowen. He asked a store clerk. So when he started doing his research, he went and he said, is it true that Anna stands for ain't no N-words allowed? I asked at the convenience store in Anna, Illinois, where I'd stopped to buy coffee. Yes, the clerk replied. That's sad, isn't it? She added, distancing herself from the policy. And she went on to assure me that all happened a long time ago. I understand racial exclusion is still going on, I asked. Yes, she replied, that's sad. This was in 2001, so we're not even talking 60s. How you doing? B&B Reviews It. Glad to have you here. So that was, again, that was in 2001. And again, folks, word semantics, okay? Yeah. All right, so I wanted to share that with you. They said 68 was the turning point, obviously, after the legislation, okay? So I wanted to share that with you. And it said that after 1968, sundown towns sort of kind of began to desegregate. Again, I've had this book for a while. I haven't had time to read the entire book. It is, everything I've read of it so far it's an excellent read. When I get time, I'll read the entire book. But this explains it, and again, if you haven't had time to see my video on the Green Book, It all ties in together, folks. It all ties in together. Any of you people who are over a certain age, has anyone, for my older subbies, has anyone ever seen a sign that said, you know, Sundown Town, or anything that didn't look quite right? I don't know. I don't realize it's okay. Has anyone, Tina, what about you? Are you familiar? Have you seen a sign? I'm looking for some of my older subbies now, folks, to see if they have seen. And some of these signs are, again, we're still standing 70s, 80s, 90s. So don't think that this was a long time ago. It was not. Give me some of your comments in the comments section. What do you think about sundown towns? And we know after legislation is passed, people become a little more crafty. They find other ways to keep you out. We know that. That's nothing new, right? Leslie and Tina said not in PA, Baltimore, or Florida. Okay, so there's no one who has seen. Yes, B&B, some still exist. Even if you don't see the signs, you could go in. Has any of you ever seen, I think, I forgot the name of the show. They would send people in. They would send maybe an African-American couple to go in and try to rent a property or purchase a property. They would say, you know, that they didn't have anything to rent, or the property was no longer for sale. Then they would send friends of the African-American couple in, and they would have no problem. Has anyone ever seen that? K. Will says, yes, the town I grew up in had the remnants of the sign left up until Hurricane Matthew took it down. Whoa, K. Will, really? Wow, K. Will, I know you're not that terribly old. Again, folks, this wasn't ancient history. Mary, I've never seen a sign, and I hope I never will. Oh, yeah, Mary, me too. Donna, no, never seen one. B&B reviews it. Yeah, folks, please go on over to B&B reviews it. They do an excellent job. Go over, like, share, comment, and subscribe to their content. They're always coming over here, supporting us, just like Rock Just Living and Lucinda Baxter, Chef Fine His Wine. I think most of you have already subscribed to him. If I have someone here who has not, please go over. He has excellent content. And don't go over when you're hungry, because you'll be angry that you don't have that wonderful food that he's preparing, okay? Tina says, but in Florida, I was so surprised when I was in Florida that people my age. So yeah. So when you're, young, or you're a child, you may not necessarily notice everything. You're just running around trying to have fun. B&B reviews it. Oh, thank you, Chef. Yeah, Chef Fine His Wine. He's on it. That's right. So what do you guys think about this topic? Just type it in the comment section. I thought that, and I'm not old enough to have, gone through, segregation and all of the civil rights movement. I'm not that old. Kay Will said Archiville has a street name that was recently changed and erased from history books. Kay Will, why did that happen? And what was the name of that street? And folks that don't know, Archiville he's talking about is in North Carolina. If I'm not mistaken, that is in Sampson County, North Carolina. What's the name of the street, Kay Will? We could do some research. I know I will. That's what I do. I mean, I just love learning new information that wasn't familiar with before. Tell us that info. Inward Head Road, did I get that right, K. Will? Is that what you're trying to type in the comment section? I know we have to be careful so that YouTube won't shut us down. Is that Inward Head Road, K. Will? I think that's what he's saying. So what do you guys think about this topic? Seeing that this is not ancient history, some of this is still happening. Kay Will says, when the slaves escaped and were caught, they hung the head of the slave on a post to show the other slaves. Oh, wow. So that's, oh goodness gracious. Okay, Will, who is about 40 years old. That's the okay. Wow. Interesting. Again, that's Autryville, North Carolina. Sampson County is in North Carolina. We're talking about the Sampson County in North Carolina, folks. So, anyone else have any experiences or anything that they've witnessed that they would like to share? Info. Now, I haven't seen anything in any of these signs. This guy, when he did this research, he thought he had always heard this. He was like, nah, that was the stuff that was made up. He was shocked. You make sure you check out the videos below in the description box that I shared with you. Oh my God. Mary said it shows we've come so far, but still have a long way to go. Exactly, Mary. Still have a long way to go. Still have a very long way to go. Anyone else? Chef? Those of you who live, Donna, those of you who live in the northern states, Midwestern states, what do you think about this happening? Because again, this was all, people think, oh, the South was so bad. The North was no better. I think I mentioned this before, when Dr. King, everything he went through in Mississippi and Alabama, he said the worst place he had ever been, Chicago. Remember? Check it out. What I'm telling you, you can Google. And we know what he went through in Mississippi and Alabama. It was no joke. Okay. Chef, if you will, go ahead and share the info. Chef Fine as Wine and I are going to be doing a Facebook Live. We're going to be guests of Miss Quincy of Q Studios. Chef, anything you want to say about that? So any of you who want to come and join in, please come. She invited us on her show. She's interviewed all the stars that you can think of that we all love. B&B reviews it, says we didn't see signs, but in the Tampa area we saw a lot of Confederate flag. Okay, B&B reviews it. Okay, I do see a lot of those around here as well. When I'm traveling, I live in North Carolina, but when I'm traveling, I see them everywhere. Okay. Who else wants to chime in? So Chef and I will probably post a little link later on. Meet us there. Thank you, Chef. Everyone see that? If you go to Facebook, Chef, will you please put the time there, please? Thank you, sir. So come on over. We're going to be doing that. Quincy's going to have us on there. She's going to have some other content creators on there. And we're just going to be talking about what we do. Chef and I are still collaborating. We're in the process now of trying to set up some more celebrity interviews. Yeah, Mary. Oh, yeah. Thank you. So, yeah, guys, come on over and support Quincy. She is the bomb. I know I'm aging myself. We don't say the bomb anymore, but I still do. Chef, could you put the time there, please? Now, I'm Eastern Standard Time, so depending on where you live, K. Will, okay, tell me about the old theater. Okay, we're still waiting for Chef to add the time. Kay Will said the blacks were forced to watch from the top balconies in the late 90s. I went up in the top and saw some of the signs telling that the crow's nest seating shows ended before sundown. Wow. And that was in the 90s, Kay Will? Whoa. If you guys go to Quincy's Facebook page, I'm sure she has a post on there telling about when. And again, depending on which time zone that you're living in, 6 p.m. tonight. Now, I think she just look at your time zone so you can figure out what time that is for you. So her 6 o'clock, I think, is my 7, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, Battle. That's Kay Will just shared that with me. I did not know that. And folks, I don't live terribly far from Sampson County. I'm only 45 minutes from Sampson County. Yeah, folks, please follow Quincy Carter on Instagram. Follow B&B Reviews. Go look at their content. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All right, folks, it's time for our drawing. Yeah, Donna. Hey, Fine, Chef Fine is one, and myself, we're working on trying to get us another celebrity interview, hopefully for the month of February. Okay. All right. Let's see. Daniel, what did you think about today's subject? All right. If you're still here, say I am here. Donna's here. Chef is here. Rhonda's here. Rhonda, what did you think about the content? Okay, Rhonda. Mary. K. Will. Okay, Battle's still here. Battle, I get to throw your name in the pot too. All right. B&B reviews it. All right. Okay, Battle. Chef, I already have you. You're in the pot. B&B. Now, if you win today and you've never won before, you need to email me your Cash App or Venmo info. Roz is here. Okay, Donna, I have you. Okay, Will. Thank you. And Tina. All right. Donna, we didn't learn another of these things, right? And that's why, folks, those of you who aren't used to coming, I try to talk about things that you, the artist, okay? All right, the artist is here. I try to talk about topics that are not in the, and this guy, let me hold this up again for those of you who are just joining. He did another book called Things My Teacher Didn't Teach Me, or Things My Teacher Lied About. Oh my God. I think I shared one of those videos. So check him out. So he did a lot of research on his own and he was stunned. All right, I'm doing my drawing. The first winner is Mary. Mary's our first winner. All right. Everybody congratulate Mary. Did you hear it, Mary? All right, let's see who else. Who else is going to win today? Rhonda, you are a winner. All right, I have one more name to draw. Okay, let's see who this is. Battle. Battle's a first-time winner. Yay! Let's give our three winners. Let's give them some applause. Woo! All right. If you guys enjoyed this content, please share out my content. We're trying to do some special things. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know. All of my winners know, as soon as you leave a comment in the comment section, I put your money in your Cash App account. So Battle, you would have to send me your Venmo or your Cash App info. Mary, I have yours. And Rhonda, I have yours already. I hope that you guys enjoyed the content. We're going to try to do, some new things with you for a new year. But check out those videos. When YouTube is done processing this video, click on some of those links in the description box that I shared with you. You are going to be astounded, okay? Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to spend time with Roland's Reviews. Look forward to meeting with you again next Sunday. And any ideas that you have, leave it in the comment section. I also put money in your Venmo or Cash App account when you give me ideas. All right. Thank you, B&B. B&B, leave me some ideas. What else do you want me to talk about? Ask Donna. People who leave me ideas of topics to talk about, sometimes they look up, boom, they have money in the Cash App account. Okay. So also something else I'm doing this year. Those of you who have family and friends to watch the channel, have them to look at a video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. All they have to do is mention your name. And then you're going to still see some money in your Cash App or your Venmo account. Help us to get the information out. We have to educate the children. We can't depend on, everyone's complaining about the schools and all this information is not in the textbooks. We already know that. What are we going to do about it? I'm giving you information that you're not going to find in any textbooks. Share this out, particularly if you have children or grandchildren and you want them to know American history, not what they're learning, not just what they're learning in school. And this, like I said, this author here, he has another book, Lies My Teacher Told Me About History. So, and you know, and this guy, this is a Caucasian guy, but he did an excellent job. Okay. So, again, if you're able, thank you, Chef, for sharing that info. If you're able to get some family, friends to watch some videos, leave me some comments, have them to mention your name. If I don't have your Cash App or Venmo info, my email is up under every video. Email me that info so I can put a little present or a little gift in your account, okay? Thank everyone for spending time with Roland's Reviews. And let me know what you want me to talk about next Sunday. Leave in the comment section. And you might get a gift if you leave me something in the comment section. Enjoy the rest of your week and please be safe.